Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to a special edition of the Business Show with Sikh Channel Toronto. I'm very pleased to be joined by Sandeep Singh, and we'll meet Sandeep and find out more about him. Sandeep, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa.
Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Very pleased to meet you. Can you please tell us about yourself briefly? How old are you? Where do you live? And your work, what do you do?
I live in Toronto, and I was born in 1984 in Montreal, and my parents moved to, my father moved to Canada in 1980s, but my mother was here since her childhood. And we have different kind of businesses. We deal in real estate, we deal in financial industry. We have a car rental company. We are coming up with playlands all around GTA area. And we also have an immigration law firm in Punjab as well as in Canada. And just to let you know that in Punjab, it's only our company, which is a law firm. Otherwise, they are just agents and stuff dealing in immigration.
Thank you very much. So you're involved in a number of different businesses. What is your core skill or your background? What is your real skill or study or your interest?
I did Bachelor in Pharmacy, and then MBA in Healthcare Services, then Masters in Hospital Administration. I also did a fellowship with IIT Chennai in India for health technology assessment. So my background is related to health administration, but yes, I'm working in different fields, not working in the field that I did studied in.
And you're part of a family business. What are the challenges working in a family business? Because there will be some difficulties when you're working with a family. Perhaps you can't be as strict or objective as you'd like to with a family relationship. You can't hire and fire so easily. Is that right?
The type of work that we do, it is a family business, because one of the business is a family business. That's immigration. It was started by my father, and now we are working on it. We are three brothers who control all businesses. Yeah, but I don't see much issues with it, because everyone has his or her duties involved, role and duties, so no one interferes with other role and duties, and that makes the thing smooth. I feel involving family makes the business little easier, and it gives you more comfort to take decisions.
When you do have any disagreement, there will be some differences of opinion. You may want to do things differently to your family business partners. How do you resolve that when somebody wants A, somebody else might suggest B?
The best way to deal with that is to have an open meeting, not considering it like it's a family business, deal it as a business. And I might be wrong on one opinion, and my brother might be right on his opinion. So whichever opinion is better for the business, and the decision has to be taken on that behalf. So I think, yes, there are times when decisions become difficult, but I think when we sit and talk, the things get resolved.
And in terms of business, how important is marketing and PR for you? Is that a big part of what you do?
There are different kinds of marketing that people do. Undoubtedly, in this generation where we are living, marketing is a big tool, and that is needed. Along with that, you can attract a client once with the marketing, but to keep those clients working with you forever, I think that's the skill that's needed to run the business. So with the marketing, the businessmen need to know how to keep up the relations.
Relations with clients are very important. Anybody who's starting out with a new business in Toronto, what advice would you give them to succeed? What do they need to do to get ahead?
Research and hard work. To start any business, the research is really, really important. And the second thing is hard work. Like, how dedicated are you to, achieve the goal? And what pushes you to achieve that goal? So if you have these three things in your mind, then you will surely succeed.
And what was the biggest business challenge you have faced in your life, which was a very big hurdle for you? And how did you overcome it?
Timing. The biggest hurdle, I feel it's for everyone, not only for me. Businessman doesn't have time for families. And that can be a hurdle too, but if you try to convince your family, and if your family is involved in the business, that makes things little easier. I got married in 2010. I started my first business in 2008, and my wife, she faced little difficulties, because like I used to leave the house at 8 in the morning, coming back at 10 or 11 in the night. So she was facing difficulty that I don't give them time, and that is somewhat wrong on our part too, but it's business, right? So what I did, I involved her into business. I gave her some part of my job. So she knew that, yes, he has appointments, he cannot miss those appointments, and that made the things easier. But I still feel that, yes, for a businessman, giving time to the family becomes a big issue.
Work-life balance is a big challenge for a lot of entrepreneurs like you, especially when they're starting out, trying to build the business up. With hindsight, is the sacrifice worth it? Is it worth spending so much time in the business and driving forward to build wealth and material wealth in terms of a business, or would you have preferred to have done less and spent more time with the family, especially because you've got young children?
It depends what the goals are. I feel in our community, like we have faced big issues, big tragedies that has happened with us in past. Although we have succeeded very well politically, we have succeeded in some platforms. We have worked so hard that we see our people as big, at big positions like judges and all that stuff. But if we really want to see our community rising up, if we seriously want to pay off people who has sacrificed a lot for us, we have the star on us because of those sacrifices, we would have to jump into businesses, and we would not only jump into the businesses, we would have to be on the top lines in the business industries. And if we are at that positions, then we can sit and talk. A person who is like, your word is always listened if you are equal to that person. If you are not equal to that person, no one bothers what's happening to you. And I feel that, yes, now the time is changing. We have seen, especially in North America, we have seen Sikh becoming judges. We have a candidate who is running for prime minister. We have defense minister in Canada. We have entrepreneurs like the people who have Akash tablets, Neetuli and them. We have people like Mr. Malik, who is running chains of hotels and schools. So it's becoming, we are reaching over there when we can sit and talk to people and say, okay, you need to listen to us. So
that's tremendous. So Sandeep has said that the sacrifice is worth making to help progress the community as a whole. Do you think there is a difference between the new arrivals into Canada and the way you do things? You were born in Canada, in Montreal, and you spent all your life here. Do you think there's a difference between your attitude and approach to business and the approach and ethics of people who arrive direct from Punjab?
Um, it seems a difficult question. I think the chances that I have, they don't have that chance. Although they do have ability, the same ability that we have. I was lucky to, you know, born here, and I have spent a lot of time in Punjab, so I do understand a Punjab mentality, and I am part of that. But yes, the newcomer has different problems. They need to start their life from very first step, and they need to take baby steps. So um, the decisions, the business approach that I can use, or the resources that I have, they might not have those, which makes their life little difficult. But if I compare um, the same ability that they would use in North America and the same resources that they would use in Punjab, I feel with the same amount of resources, they would achieve more over here, because you are paid off for what hard work you do over here. And unfortunately, the corruption and stuff that's happening in Punjab doesn't allow youngsters to come ahead and work over there.
What about ethics? Is there a difference in the way people do business who are new to Canada and business ethics? Because in the Western world, we like to try and have good business ethics of integrity and honesty in the way we do things. Is there a difference there?
I think not all people, but majority of people, what they have seen in those areas um, do kill them ethically. But with time, when they come here, they see that the system is different. The system is neat. The system is not polluted. The system is not corrupted. So they start becoming part of it.
That's great. So it's not the people who are bad. Often the bad, corrupt systems can make the people bad. And you've learnt more about Sikh Channel Aid and our projects in Nepal and the building of the Gurdwara and the school and the plan to educate the children throughout their lives to university. What do you think about that project?
It's an awesome project. It's the biggest seva that someone can do. The reason is giving money to someone, it's good. I don't say that shouldn't give this one and stuff. It's important. It's part of our life, and it's very important to give this one. But giving education to someone, that means you are, establishing him or her. You are making his future better. You are helping him today so that he can stand out tomorrow. So education is really, really important, and especially with those unforgotten Sikhs. They are our brothers, they are our sisters, and we need to stand behind them. We should remember the history, the first Sikh rule. We should not forget Maharani Jinda. We should not forget Maharaja Ranjit Singh. We should not forget Hari Singh Nalwa. And these people remind us of those golden years of Sikh history. So we need to revive them. We need to support them. And thank you very much that you have, come forward and took this step.
And how important is it for businesses and businessmen to get involved in charity work and to give back to the community and to give their donation to Swan charity work? Is that important to help a business succeed?
100%. And it's not only for the business, it's also for my inner soul. Like, as a businessman, I'm a Sikh too, and in Rath Mryada, we are ordered. It's not like it's our choice. We are told to take out this one. And if we don't follow Rat Maryada, that means that we are not following the discipline of Sikhism. And whether it's business or whether it's individual, everyone needs to take out this one.
And what are your plans for the future in terms of your business? You're still very young and you have a lot of experience now as an entrepreneur. What do you want to achieve in the future?
I think we need to change our goals. It's not what a person needs to achieve. It's what our community needs to achieve. Since '84, we have lost a lot, and we need to achieve a lot based on the community. And the biggest thing that we need to achieve is the justice. And businesses are small part to gain that justice. And the thing that I said before, that we need to sit equally, actually when we sit equally, then we would get justice. Otherwise, we have tried a lot. We have seen in past that the country that we actually belong, we did not get justice over there. The fight is for the justice, and we need to get that justice. And there are different ways to get that justice. One way is to become an entrepreneur and reach a position where people start listening to you.
Right. And what is your motivator? How important has your faith been in your success and in helping you to succeed? Because you are a very dedicated and a good role model, a good Sikh. How important has that been in your business life?
Very important, and it needs to be, because I was like, when I was a small story. When I was a child, my dad used to tell us that I need to keep the star. We were told that we shouldn't, cut our hair. Then I was told, okay, you should try to wear kirpan from the outside. I was told to wear kada. So all these factors actually save me from doing wrong. It reminds me, if I am doing something wrong to someone, it reminds me that I'm wearing kada. It reminds me that I'm wearing kirpan, and it's not Sandeep who is going to do something wrong. It's a Sikh, and that means it's going to impact our community. It saves me from a lot of things. It saves, as a human, we make many mistakes, but these things do, save you from doing a lot of wrong stuff. And saving these wrongs also help you in business, because your clients become happy. Your clients starts trusting you, and this trust is actually not earned by a Sikh. It's earned by a guru principles, and that makes you successful in your life. That makes you different from your opponents and other people, because they don't have those principles, and we have those principles in Rath Maryada, and we have to follow them. So that makes us, that makes our life easier, actually.
That's tremendous. Your Sikh principles and faith has been a big part in giving you good business ethics and making sure that you was represent as a good business role model in all your enterprises. Sandeep Singh, it's been a great pleasure to meet you. We also hope that you will become a part of the Sikh Channel team in Toronto. I understand you have an interest in broadcast. Tell us about that.
I have, yes, sure. I have worked with a few channels as a host, and Sikh politics is really an interesting topic for me. I keep a very close eye on it. Even in Toronto, there are many channels. I do go on those channels as a guest, and yes, I would surely. I love to be a part of a broadcast team related to Sikhism, Sikh history, and Sikh politics.
That's great. Thank you very much. We look forward to welcoming you as a part of the Sikh Channel International team, and have your seva and your contribution to the Sikh Channel broadcast in Canada and across the world. And thank you for sharing your views about business and telling us about yourself. and thank you very much. We wish you well as well for the future, and Chardi Kala and Vaheguru di Mehr hobe, tori business tarakki jabe, and it's a great pleasure to meet you. Thank you very much. Vaheguru ji ka khalsa,
Vaheguru ji ki fateh.